After this video, I'll be going straight to the police station. After this video, I'll be driving straight to the police station to report the Ratel gang. Because everybody knows I'm a very quiet person. Everybody knows I'm a very peaceful person. A lot of people know me. People who know me, if you used to be my old follower, you know I used to talk about relationship, marriage, family life. You know I don't like trouble. Now, see, I want to tell you, I want to confess everything about Ratel gang. I want to confess everything. After this confession, I'm going straight to the police before people can think of doing anything to me. Now, one day I was in my parlor, I was watching my TikTok, and I saw Verydarkman. Verydarkman stood up for one young girl, one lady called Amaka. Before then, he had done other things. I've been seeing him just normal. I don't take him seriously like that. So I saw what he did for Amaka. Before you know, there was a lawsuit of about 500 million from the skincare vendor for Verydarkman. And I looked at him, I said, this guy is really doing something nice. Before you know, VDM kept doing one thing or the other for people, one thing or the other for people. They were calling him all manner of names, but he continued. So I decided, instead of me to stay and just be posting my normal post, why this guy is carrying the whole burden of this country on his head, trying to make other people happy, trying to make the country good in his own little way. Why don't I support him? That was how I joined Ratel gang. Now, when I joined Ratel gang, the other day, somebody reached out to me. Onyi Best is his name on TikTok. He reached out to me, told me about some girls that were in Ivory Coast. They were there against their will. They kept them. They told them they were going for sales girl work and the rest of it. And giddy, 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 giddy. That was how the girls found out that it was, to sell their body. And they were doing it without joy. It's not what they wanted to do. They reached out to me. I was able to help them. That aside, somebody reached out to me from North Ireland. He bought an item and the vendor refused to deliver. When he contacted me, I contacted the vendor. The vendor apologized immediately and refunded the hair of 703,000 naira. Another person reached out to me. I'm not calling the vendors' names, but I'm showing you the screenshots and all the chats because they've already settled, okay? Anybody I've already called out that is settling or is paying, I don't call them out. Another person reached out to me from the UK. She bought a hair for 78,000. She wanted to give to her cousin for birthday. They did not deliver that hair. I reached out to the vendor. The vendor apologized and refunded. Another person reached out to me. He bought accidented car from a vendor in the US. 1.3 million. It's not today. It has been long. Accidented car. So when he paid for the car, it's like all this Corolla be Audi or so. So the person, stories upon story, when they reported to me, I contacted the vendor in US and I told him, you know how VDM is. We don't want problem. If I will drag this case till Verydarkman sees it, and if Verydarkman sees it, I will drag this case till Verydarkman sees it. And if Verydarkman sees it, you know, he can go as far as going to report you to the American embassy. And you will pay that money one way or the other. Either your name will spoil, but we will report you for fraud. At the end of the day, the man apologized and said he doesn't want the case out on social media. He's going to refund the 1.3 million before the end of this match. But before then, he transferred 300,000 naira to the person, which the person sent me the day before yesterday, that he has received 300,000 naira. Another person called me from Senegal. And when he called me from Senegal, he said things have been bad for him. He's struggling. He's not finding things funny. He needs help to come back to Nigeria. If he's in Nigeria, he can be doing farming. But where he is there in Senegal, he cannot do anything. And I made the post public. And Verydarkman messaged me and said, Madam, send me account number so that you can buy tickets for this boy. I sent Verydarkman account number. Verydarkman sent 600,000. I sent 600,000. Both the tickets, everything. Even bank charges, I did not remove. That guy came back to Nigeria successfully, thanks to Verydarkman. Another vendor reached out to me that she used to buy rice, all those things that they will be sharing by December. She bought it. The vendor did not supply, and the vendor has not paid her the money. Every day the vendor is telling her story since upper year December, not this one that passed to upper one. Every day vendor is telling her, go come. And I told her, send the number of the vendor, send all the chats. She did. I messaged the vendor. I told the vendor, please, why have you not delivered or refunded this woman the money? She apologized and told me she will be paying in installments. I shouldn't call her out. As I speak with you, she has paid 100,000 naira. I'm expecting her to pay another 100,000 in the next 2 weeks or next week, as she said. Another person that has worked with a very big security company in Nigeria for the past 20 something years, and he decided, okay, since he's getting old, let him now look for another line of business, because if he stays here till this long, by the time he stops working, he will not be able to pick up himself doing something else. So he retired, did his normal application and everything, and they told him, okay, that's fine. Normally there's some money that's supposed to pay him, like gratuity and the rest, about 3 point something million or 4 point something million. They did not pay him for over 1 year. They did not pay him. He reached out to me. I messaged the company. I told him, give me the number. I got the number of the zonal head of that company, and I contacted them. They spoke to me, apologized, told me, thank you for calling us this way. We will pay him his entitlement the first quarter of this year. So he's expecting his money between now and April. Now, this and many more, if I start mentioning people I have helped in the name of Ratel, you will not believe it. So this and many more I have done with the help of Ratel, with the help of Verydarkman, because Verydarkman has helped me a lot. Ratels have helped me a lot, because when I call out a case, somebody who is stubborn to pay, like Moody's hair, they all went straight, and Moody's hair, quickly she paid. The other slimming tea lady that refused to pay 70 something thousand, that one was the first call out I did. When people went to her page to go and bombast her, she refunded that money ASAP. So in a long and short story, I want to go to the police to report, because it is not only good that people report only things that they feel is bad, it is also good that we report good things also. That is why I want to go to the police to go and report all the things that Ratel gang has made me to do. All the things Ratel gang has made me do, I want to go and report it. Thank you and God bless you. Long live Ratel gang.